What is up guys, How's Nation here, and today I'm be showing you guys how to speed up your internet connection on your PS4. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to your settings and go to your network settings and test your current connection, just so you have an idea on how fast it is right now and to see if you've actually improved or made your connection worse using the things I'm going to be showing you guys. And also make sure to check on other websites or apps on your phone and on your computer, or maybe even if you have an Xbox, check it on there to make sure it's not just your PS4 that's acting up. Maybe your internet provider is just really slow. But as you guys can see, I have pretty much 100 up, 100 down according to the speed test website, and then I used the regular Google speed test and it was a tad bit different, but as you guys can see, it's around the same thing. So it even tells me that I have pretty fast internet and I should be able to run like HD stuff and gaming at the same time. And I've seen that all you really need is 6 megabytes per second to really have a decent. So after you check your speed, go to setup internet connection, use Wi-Fi, then custom, and then select your current connection. And then once it finishes, go to automatic, do not specify, and then for the DNS settings, you're going to want to click manual. The primary DNS is 8.8.8.8 and secondary one is 8.8.4.4. Now, before I get anyone telling me that this made their connection a lot worse, I just want to let you guys know that there is a bunch of other DNSs you guys can use. So search up on Google best DNS server near me and it'll show you a bunch of other DNS servers. As you guys can see, it's the 15 fastest free and public DNS servers and Google is the top one. But if this actually made it worse, then you probably live in a different region than me and try any of the other ones. But I'm pretty sure that the majority of you guys will be good with the Google DNS. But anyway, back to the video. So once you complete that, use MTU settings automatic and then click do not use. And now test your new connection to see if it got worse or if it actually improved like it did for me. Now there are other ways that you guys can improve it. One of them being connecting your Ethernet cable, which will help a lot. It's pretty easy and pretty simple. So you just want to plug it in like this and connect it to your router or modem and then to your PS4. And then once you have it connected to your PS4, that's pretty much it. You usually should get a boost, but if it does get worse, then you need a different cable, because for example, like the list I have right here, there are different types of cables and it's pretty easy to identify them. On the side of the cable, it should say which one they are, it usually being Cat 5. But as you guys can see with this image, that the Cat 5 only goes to 10 or maybe 100 megabytes per second. So if you are below 10 or at 10 and can't go above that, and you know that your internet provider is a lot better, then it's probably your cable and you will need to upgrade to a, let's say, Cat 5e or maybe even a Cat 6, because the Cat 6 and above come with shielded. And for example, if you have it running through like your house or something and it's really long and you're not right next to the modem, it's gonna get some sort of interference with like other signals or like the ground. So I would really recommend the Cat 6 and above. They're not really that expensive, and if you're right next to your router or modem, you should be good with just a Cat 5, Cat 5e to be exact, just in case if it is only a 10 megabit per second one. So yeah, that's a big thing. And if you are at a bigger distance, let's say from like your living room to your room, and you want to like route it through like your attic or your, I don't know, basement or something, or through the wall or something, I'd really recommend the Cat 6 and above, just because it comes with that shielded thing and it really helps a lot. That's what I personally use, and I found out this the hard way. I was using a Cat 3, or I mean I think it was a Cat 5 cable, and I wasn't getting the speed I wanted to. It was like really slow, and I knew that I had a faster internet. And then I did a little bit of research, and I found out that the cable was actually the problem. And I ordered a new one for about like, I don't know, $10. It was like 50 feet for like $10. And now I'm good to go. Like you guys can see in the video, I have really good internet. I mean, I don't have 1,000, but like I said earlier, all you really need is 6 megabits per second, but that's like the bare minimum so you don't get lag. I would really recommend 10 or maybe even 20 and up, just so when you play with people like out of the state or maybe even out of like the country or something, you have a bit more stronger internet so you can like level out the differences of regions. However, if your internet provider is slow, let's say your internet provider only provides you with 10 megabits per second, that's basically all you're gonna get. You can't really get more than that. And the only downfall of that is if you have a lot of, let's say, family members or let's say roommates on your Wi-Fi and you only have 10 megabits and that's being shared, let's say, by 10 people, that's gonna put a really big load on those little 10 megabits per second, and it's probably gonna like distribute it by like 1 megabit per second per person if you have 10 people, I'm guessing. That's just an example, and it's a bit exaggerated too, but you know, like I said, it's just an example. But anyway, and back to the tutorial. So what you're gonna want to do is go to use a LAN cable, go to custom, and it's basically the same: automatic, do not specify. And then for the DNS setting, you click manual and put in the DNS that works best for you. Like I said, most of you guys are going to have a good result with the Google DNS. But as you guys can see, it boosted me up even more with the Ethernet cable, almost to 100. And another big thing you guys can do is actually clean your PS4, like take out the dust from it. Because you might be thinking that it's your internet that's making it really slow, that's making you lag, or maybe even making your game crash. But it could also be that your PS4 is maybe overheating and underclocking itself. Now, you don't have to take apart your PS4 and completely give it like a deep cleaning or something. All you really need to do is just buy like some compressed air and just clear it out from the vents. That usually does the trick and gets a lot of dust out. And you guys might be thinking, well, the dust doesn't really do anything, but actually it does. It makes the console run a lot hotter, and if it does run hotter, it basically doesn't perform as it should at the operating temperature basically. And as far as I know, on computers, if the CPU gets a bit too hot, it actually underclocks itself. And what that basically is that it makes itself slower so it doesn't produce as much heat and doesn't overheat itself and basically kill itself. But I'm not too sure how it works on PS4, on console, but you know, it's basically the same thing. They both have CPUs. But you know, it's an easy, simple thing to do. It's basically free. It's a good thing to do either way, just because your PS4 could overheat, especially if it is dusty like you guys see in the pictures. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Those two things, you should get somewhat of a boost. I really recommend the Ethernet cable being connected because it is way better than the Wi-Fi. Because you know, the Wi-Fi has to go through like walls and stuff and it rebounds over stuff, and the Ethernet cable is a nice solid connection as long as you have the correct cable, like I mentioned earlier. And yeah, that's basically it. I hope you guys liked the video. This video was basically a revised version of an earlier video I had made a few months ago. A lot of people were complaining, saying that I didn't go too much in depth into it and it was too fast. So, you know, I thought I would just revise it, make it a bit better. And yeah, so I hope this video helped at least one of you guys out. Make sure to leave a like down below and any recommendations on other things you guys want to be done on the channel basically. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, How To Nation out.
Running through my head, running through my head, all the things you said, all the things you said.